everybody, this is Karen Exiner from the Elmhurst Public Library, and today we're going to talk about painting with acrylics. And I'm going to kind of guide you and get you started. This is just an example of a painting that you could do, and then we're going to kind of go through the stages together, and then you're going to probably finish this on your own. You do have canvas boards, they've given you acrylic paints, and they've given you a brush. Acrylic paints set up very quickly and they dry fast, and that's why people like to use them. Make sure you keep your brushes clean because they'll dry up on your brush. Okay, I'm trying to think if you have any questions. I'll try to anticipate them. I know you can't ask me questions today. Okay, because we're not in the studio. I'm going to show you what we're going to do an undercoating. I'm going to show you what a Grisaille painting looks like. So we're going to move this now. This will be your sample for later. And this is what's called a Grisaille painting. I used raw umber and white to mixed it up. And this is what an undercoating of your acrylic paint. And basically, it just brings out the values, the lights and darks of your painting, and it gives it more depth. And I think it's kind of fun for you to learn this. It's pretty simple, and I know a lot of you have taken my classes before, so I have no problem with you doing this. You totally will get it. It's simple. It's just painting. Basically, it's just painting with brown and white. So I'm going to, now this is for a sample for you, but we're going to put this aside. And now we're going to start practicing I started some already, but I think I'm going to restart these because try to put them in the spots where the fruit is, the original fruit. That might help you a bit get started. Okay, so I'm mixing white and brown with my brush on my palette. Here's my little palette, styrofoam palette. I just buy these at the grocery store. And let's see, the first thing we've got is, usually when I start a painting, I start in the middle. So let's put the pomegranate in first. Okay. And I apologize. I'm going to try to do this quick, so it's not going to be high art, just to get you started. So I've mixed brown and white. I'm using raw umber, but I don't know that you've got it, and it doesn't really matter. And now I'm putting in, I put darks at the bottom, and I'm putting I've decided that my light source is going to be from the top this way, so. And just going to put this in quickly. And then let's get a little more darks in down below. Doesn't look like much yet, but it will. Let's put the little top in. I'm going to give you a list, a reminder of how to do this. So that's going to be in your kit when you pick it up at the library. And do try to go early if you haven't already picked up your kit, but there. Just quick. There. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be painting over this anyway. It's just kind of your guide. And next, this is not going to be, but you'll get the idea. It's not going to be perfect, but I think we're going to put in the peach. Yeah. There's the peach right there. It's kind of sitting over here on the side. Don't mind this. I'm making mine a little smaller, but just to give you the idea. I'm going to put my light at the top. Now we've got some darks right here. Does that make sense to you? Let's see if we can get it better on the screen. There, that might be a little easier for you to see. So we're putting in the darks here. Okay. Now there's another. I'm gonna kind of shape this peach. There, better. Okay. So who's with me? Did everybody get this far? So the Grisaille method is what the old masters did. It's basically a monochromatic painting. And actually, paintings are kind of fun just to do monochromatic. I think they're interesting. And they look kind of contemporary when you do them. There, it's a little better. I know I'm trying to paint faster. I'm a slow painter, so. Okay, and then down below, don't mind that little gray. We'll just make that something, I don't know what. Okay, now we're gonna put in the green apple. You've got this. See? Oh, can you see it? Oops. The green apple on the top. There's one on the bottom. Make sure you have your copy of this in front of you. So when you do the Grisaille, you can kind of see the shapes. You're probably better at these shapes than I am. I'm not always that good, but I know you're probably doing a good job. Okay. I'm just going to throw something in here, probably like another pear. Maybe I love the shape of pears. Here, just stick that back there. Okay. So you can tell all your friends you're learning how to paint with the Grisaille method. Here, look at that shape in. There we go. I love that lovely shape of pears. It's kind of a little narrow at the top and then wider at the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to get in. I'm going to just outline this with some white. So I think you're getting the idea. And you can go lighter than this. I think it's okay. Acrylics will cover it. So with the color. And here's that nice juicy apple at the top. And the fruit is kind of tumbling around. It's not really stuck down. I don't know how to say that, but that's kind of how Cezanne painted. If you go on the Art Institute site, they've got some of the paintings right on the site. I've never seen them do that before, but they did it this time. They're probably trying to entice you to go to the exhibit. But his fruit is wonderful. It's juicy and beautiful colors, but ours will be just as good. We'll do just as well. Okay, how's everybody doing? They keeping up? Should put the stem in there. And lemons, another great shape. I can never paint a painting the same way twice. It's impossible for me. I can't copy my own paintings. Pretty bad. But you know what it is, so just so people know what you can understand it. Your eye always finishes a painting, believe it or not. Even if it's wrong, it'll finish it for you. Okay. Looks like it's an orange right here. And you can make sure you're looking at my painting for reference. You could also sketch this out, stop the video and sketch this out ahead of time if it's easier for you. But basically this is just circles. I kept it pretty simple. I like simple. There, I have to set this on the top somehow. There, that's okay for now. And I'm just gonna put in the plums down here. Juicy purple plums. Okay. And I love painting grapes, so we're gonna put some grapes in. And let's see, and some cherries. Put the grapes in right here. Let's get the shadow back down here. Okay, there's the shadow coming in. We get another shadow here. Okay. And put some cherries. I love red cherries. I know you're looking at your own, the copy of the painting I originally did. I know you're looking at it as a reference, and which is great. Or you can just do your own. You can design your own. I'm okay with that too. Okay. So let's see. So here's all the shapes, and I know you've got them. Okay. Try to dry this a little. Because now we're going to go over this with color. I've got my values in, I've got my darks and my lights. Let's see if we can, let's try this, the peach in the top. And see if, also, there. Try the peach at the top and see if we can get it to work. See if it's dry enough. It's not very dry. It's raining today, so when you paint with acrylics, drying time takes longer when it's raining outside because it's damp. So we'll try it and see what we get. So we're gonna go for a peach here. I'm gonna mix yellow and red to start out with. And I think I'm gonna put white in. So this is what I came up with. Can you see it? Probably not. It's right here, but it's hard to see. That's the color I'm going to start with. I just pretty much pick a light color to start with, although you don't have to do that with acrylic. You know how when we watercolor, we start out with the lights and work to the darks? With acrylic, it doesn't matter because acrylics will cover anything. Let's see if this will work. It kind of doesn't want to work. Trying again. Maybe I'll just put more color on it. Maybe that'll do it. Get the yellow in here. Yeah, you might need to, well, you can actually let yours dry. You don't have to rush through this. I'm just doing this for you so you don't get bored with me, but I think you can just, there, it's okay for now. But you can let this dry, and that's what I would do actually, just let it dry. See, I decided to leave that shadow in. I didn't take it out. So I just mixed up red and yellow and some white to get started. Get kind of a peachy tone. There. You probably are going to have to go over this again. It's okay. And I'm just going to take red to make the red shadow. There we go. And we can just move on to another one. And by the time we get around to other fruit, this will be dried and I can put another coat on it. So I think you're getting the gist of this. There. A little better. Put the red back on. I'm just using basically red for this shadow right here. And I'm gonna wait and go back and put the yellow highlights in later. Well, it dries. I think I have a better chance of it showing up. And this was a green apple up here. So if you look on your page, you'll see the green apple is up here. Doesn't want to, I still have red on my brush. Yeah, you have to really be careful when you're cleaning your brush in the water, so that she doesn't bleed with the other colors. And let's get a nice green. Before, when I did the Grisaille on the painting that I gave you, the copy of the painting I gave you, I let it dry overnight, which probably is a good idea. So you can, the nice thing about the video is you can stop and start it. You can do whenever you want. You can do it in the middle of the night. It's a nice part about it. There. Nice red. I'm sorry, green. This is a green apple. There. And let's see if this yellow will even work. Yeah, it will. On the top. Okay. Let's see if we can get, yeah, it's better to get that a little more centered for you. Okay. I wonder how your colors are doing. Here's a pear back here. It's peeking out. I'm gonna put yellow on that pear. And you can use whatever colors you want. You don't have to use the colors I'm using. You don't have to. You can just use, you can mix whatever color you want. I just did this as a, just to help you get started. But I know most of my students, they kind of like to do their own thing, and that works out too. And I'm really loosey-goosey with this painting today. I'm not very precise. It's not like when we do our watercolors. This is pretty loose, kind of fun. It looks very impressionistic, which is an easy way to paint. Okay, now we're going to do the pomegranate. I don't know if that looks like a pomegranate to you or not. I just put some bright red on there. I'm enjoying this. Put a little highlight on the top. And I'm just dabbing along. I'm not scumbling like we usually do. Just kind of placing the color on, and I know I always tell people don't paint like this, but I kind of, for this painting, I think it worked. There. So, I'm sorry, this light is not good today because it's so gray out, but this actually is brighter in person. I think you're getting the idea. I just have to put more red on this pomegranate. I just love those deep red pomegranates. They're so great. And then they have those fun stalks that come up. Let's see if I can get that in, that stalk. There. Make it a little lighter so you can see it. If we had more time, there, we could add more color. I'm gonna, maybe with this peach, I'm gonna add more color to it to show you that you can use a lot of color. You can just let yourself go wild. Okay, I think I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put yellow on here at the top. And then I want to put purple at the bottom. I think this would be fun to put purple on the bottom. I love purple. There. Now I'm just going to bring it up like I do when I watercolor. Just kind of bring it up. And you can just play. It's not brain surgery if you make a mistake or you think you made a mistake. There's no mistaking in art. It's actually an art. I don't think there is, unless you're doing a very realistic painting. then you can make a mistake, but there, it's coming. Let's see if I can pick this up. I get show you the colors coming through. Yeah, there. I think you can see the color better now. And I have a long way to go on this. It's going to take me a while. The other painting took me, it probably took me about 5 hours to do it. The original that I did. So I think, should we put in some purple grapes before we're done? We've got a few more minutes. I don't like to keep you. So we do purple grapes. Purple grapes are fun. Really pops. Another thing is too, when I do these fruit paintings, I like to put cools against warm tones. I'll show you what I mean. So I've got a ripe red pomegranate and a peach, and then on either side of them I have green. Green is a cool, red, pink are warms. Here I put a yellow next to an orange, to the orange fruit, and then I popped in blueberries next to these warm tones. Okay, and then here's another cool tone, and I put these warm tones. So I think that it makes your fruit pop. Anyway, so I hope you had fun. I hope it gave you an idea, some good ideas for paintings. And I think that Grisaille method is just really fun to try. And you can tell all your friends are learning how to paint like a master. Thanks for joining us today. And talk to you. I'll probably be around for next winter for a class. Bye.